Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, I want to walk you through my initial look at Lady Mikage. We did this on our live stream yesterday for CVC. We stream here on the channel for CVC every single fortnight, I guess. And then in the weeks in between, it's now Siege, so I do a video breaking down all my Siege fights. But Lady Mikage joined the account yesterday, which is just insane. She is just top tier. So much fun. I want to show you a couple of the teams that she is already making her way into. How did I decide to build her? I have decided to put her, for now, into 9-piece protection. Why 9-piece protection? Well, Mikage does put out 2 buffs, increase attack and increase crit damage. She can also put out a shield, so that's potentially 3 different buffs that she can do, which can give us definitely a consistent 10% damage boost to our team and a possible 15% damage boost to the ally with the lowest HP, which is, I think, potentially quite strong. It's quite good. So that's the idea right there. And we are running her with Cruelty. Not really that impactful because it's only 2-star, but Cruelty just giving us that bit of defense reduction for bosses. For Arena, if we were to use her more so in Arena, we would, I think, be switching this up. I do think that Relentless is another good... There's definitely a few good builds you can do with her. Relentless is a good one, just getting extra turns. She's got a strong passive on her turns, especially in her second form. In her second form, it's very strong. So Relentless is good to really rip through those turns, get extra turns. That can win you a fight. I think Reflex is good, just cooldown reduction. I think Merciless, 4-piece is good whenever she attacks. 30% chance to decrease the skill cooldown. So perhaps 4-piece Merciless, 4-piece Reflex is better. It just depends on the gear sets that you have. For me, this is what I've got right now. We've got a decent build in 9-piece protection. So we're fast with 352 speed. Maybe too fast for like clan boss and stuff like that, but we're very quick. Though our accuracy kind of sucks. So when we go into Form 2, our accuracy is definitely low. But that's basically what we're looking at with Mikage for now, and we'll adjust this as we go. Again, this is more of a PvE focused build, so we have put her with War Master and like crit stats and these things over here. Again, if you're going for Arena, you'd be definitely going for Eagle Eye and probably the defense tree instead, but this is what we've gone for. And yeah, we've actually got her built with 87% crit rate, some attack, some crit damage. There's not too much flexibility because protection gear is still in such high demand, but as we get more of it, this build can certainly improve. Like for instance, this banner, pretty not good. We can definitely glyph that up with more speed as well if we wanted to. So yeah, the idea is she's reasonably fast for Arena, and she's bringing us good buffs for PvE. Let's jump straight in to a clan boss key, because I thought this was quite funny. We just threw this team together yesterday. Mikage in with Ninja. So whenever Mikage does her A1, she's bringing in a Ninja A1 as well. Throwing in Wixwell for the shield growth and protection. And we've got, he's also in a protection set. 9-piece protection on Wixwell, 9-piece protection on Androck. Krisk is in there as well. We've got 4 champions that can extend buffs, which is ridiculous. All of them are prioritizing their buff extension capability. I mean, let's go in. We're still tweaking this team. This is not an optimized team. Before, this did not make it the full way through. Will it make it through this time? It's taken its time. We didn't make it the full turn count last time because I don't have a shield set on anybody. And Mikage is potentially too quick and it's going to outrun her. Yeah. Still though, so we didn't make it the full turn count. We made it 516 million damage. I mean, that's okay, right? We'll take it. So I'd have to actually watch this one through to see what's happening. I think a shield set on somebody, which Wixwell could then extend, would be pretty good. But look, here's the thing. I'm not arsed sitting and watching a clan boss run. Needless to say, 1 key is 70 million. We are more than doing the 1 key, so that is kind of nuts. That's just against Spirit Affinity. That's actually the #1 key in my clan right now. What did we do to make this team work? Nothing. We just put the champions in. Now, they happen to be in good sets, protection sets and whatnot, but we didn't do anything special. It's just... it's, you know... And I think if we put in a shield set, it would be even better. It's just absurd. Yeah, it is just absurd. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. So that's that team. It's quite something. So there you go. Mikage came in, and with Ninja as her compatriot, just absolutely popping off in Clan Boss. Let me show you the builds on those champions if you're curious. So Wixwell, he's in 9-piece protection. We wanted to build him for Hydra, so it needs to be a good build. He's got high resistance, good accuracy. This is just about enough for Hydra. He's like actually a tiny bit low in resistance for Nightmare Hydra. I haven't decided where to run him yet. Some defense, again, we'd like to have that a bit higher. Good speed. So yeah, again, Wixwell, you can see a lot of this gear is sort of new. We haven't ascended it, so there's room for improvement there. Androck, he is also in 9-piece protection. This is something that's going to be easier for you to do. The more Hydra you do, the more 9-piece protection you will get. And the more 9-piece protection you will get, the easier Hydra will be for you to do. This becomes very powerful because, again, the more you'll start getting these chests, and these chests will make these chests easier to get. But yeah, these personal reward chests for Hydra Clash is going to make getting accessories and just getting the gear in general for protection and stone skin much more doable. So these, 9-piece protection things, like honestly, for me, I was really struggling to get this until very recently. I think this personal rewards from Hydra will really speed up this process, and these are the sorts of builds that you will be able to start to get with time. It's going to be a lot faster now than it was before because you're not relying on winning Hydra Clash, and that's really important. Now just more about your personal performance. Androck, he's like this. He's got 100% crit rate. I mean, I don't know. He's just in a sort of random 9-piece protection build. The stats are never ideal for these because you're just trying to get 9 pieces of protection. But there we go. We've got them. I did try with Turvold, and it didn't work so well. Krisk is in Cursed set. So, man, I tell you, if we just slapped Krisk into a shield set, he would destroy. I think it would smash through Clan Boss, no problem. I don't want to do that, though, because, well, he's got Cursed set for Hydra. So Krisk is in for Hydra. He has these stats. And the mastery's on these, by the way. Mastery's on Mikage. Mastery's on him. These are not set up. Again, to reiterate, these are champions built for Hydra, but they just happen to completely make mincemeat of Clan Boss. This is the Ninja Masteries. And the Ninja build, he is in 6-piece Merciless. Got a bit of protection. Actually, 1 pinpoint accessory. So Ninja is coming in 6,500 attack, 239 speed, 100% crit rate, 336 crit damage, 300 accuracy. That is the Ninja. And yeah, before we jump into some Hydra, I've used my Demon Lord keys, lovely. Before we jump into Hydra, I need to put in apparently a tag arena defense as well. Let me show you this team. So this was a team that, again, we just threw together with the Mikage. This is not accessible because it's double newts, but let's go anyway. I think you can do a very similar team like this with other champions. Potentially Kreedan the Blue. You could potentially be adding in like a Prince Kaimar, a reset champion, or a Yumiko or something like that could potentially work as well. Again, this is just an initial team. What is this team doing? This team is for the current tournament where you can only use champions from the Dwarves, Sylvan Watchers, and Shadowkin factions. So what do we have? We've got Ruella, multi-hits, and importantly for the boss, decreased defense, weaken, decreased speed. You know what what's crazy? Ruella is one of the best epics in the game. Not only are we using her now for Fire Knight, this is the exact Ruella build. This is not optimized for Fire Knight. This Ruella build is the build I use for Sand Devil. So Ruella is now a centerpiece, potentially, of 2 of my endgame dungeon teams, which is just crazy. We've got obviously the 2 Newts are from Dwarves. Then we've got the 2 ally attack champions, and they are from Sylvan Watchers and Shadowkin, respectively. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I did a version of this on stream. I actually brought in Ruella, and she's better. We were using, what's her name? Zinogre Blademaster, right? The fusion champion from the Shadowkin. It's actually very solid for this as well. And she gives you a speed aura. So if you don't have Grand Oak Podrick, Zinogre Blademaster, if you did that fusion, works really well. She's Shadowkin, and she's got a triple hit A1. So Lady Mikage's A1 will bring in Zinogre Blademaster. Zinogre Blademaster gives you a 30% speed aura for dungeons, which is insane here. And she comes in and she gives you increased speed on her A2 as well. So she would be an amazing replacement for Podrick. But you can see here, we get to the boss. Mikage goes to form 2 for the second wave, locks him out, no problem. Swaps back into this form. So we open with the 2 ally attacks. We get the decreased defense, weaken, decreased speed here. We force this noose to open with his A1 to hopefully keep control. And yeah, we'll basically see how this goes. So yeah, for this one, it gets a little bit sketchy. I think that it's not quite 100% quite yet, this team. We are a little bit dependent on getting some like cooldowns and stuff like that from Podrick. Like you can see here, it does get a little bit close. I think we're going to be fine. This Newt's going to have his A1 as well. Yeah, we've got turn meter boost from the Podrick and whatnot. Actually, this Newt's going in with Blessed Bash. Doesn't even matter. Depends where the Podrick A1 cooldown reduction lands. But yeah, this team is coming in and smashing through Fire Knight in about 226. And like I said, this is a team that was built to do the limitations. Only Dwarves, Sylvans, and Shadowkin, right? For the Nyrison Union tournament. I think you start adding in other factions. Like you can add in a Prince Kaimar or something. And this could potentially go faster. It's gone as fast as 158, this team, which is nuts. So yeah, pretty sick. Mikage coming in. The best ally attack champion for Fire Knight. Pretty much. In particular because she makes the second wave just ridiculously easy. The thing that's slowest about this team, honestly, is just dealing with the waves because we don't really have any wave clear. So yeah, I don't know. We could maybe bring in like a Razzlevarg. I'm not sure exactly what we can do. We can do something though. But yeah, Mikage actually does some decent damage to the waves. Like it's not bad. It's kind of funny. There you go. That is Fire Knight Hard Mikage. She's coming in. She's pretty clutch. I have not yet built a Phantom Shogun team. I'm still running my old Phantom Shogun team, and it's fairly slow. Like the fast has only been 52 seconds. So compared to how quickly you can do Shogun now, it's a bit slow. So I do think that Mikage could potentially come into a Shogun team. I just need to sit down and rebuild it at some point. I don't farm Shogun like crazy, and honestly, like the 1 minute farm is kind of fast enough. But I used to run Ninja in that team. Now he doesn't have enough accuracy, and he's got too much crit damage, so it doesn't work. Let's jump into Hydra. Again, we've been experimenting with some teams. Hydra Clash is not started yet. Okay, we'll just make sure not to lock in the key. We've been experimenting with some different teams. I want to try out... I don't know, it's tough. There's so many different ways to arrange it. We've got some options here. We've got Mikage. Again, she's going in with Ninja. That's the whole concept. It's just Giga Charged Ninja. Every Mikage A1 is bringing in a random Shadowkin. Ninja being the only Shadowkin. His A1 hits really hard. Places decreased defense. Even fills his turn meter. So yeah, it's going to do nutty damage. We're going to put Varl in there as well, giving us weaken and also doing good damage with the Mikage ally attack. Varl's passive, very much like the Ninja passive, just not quite as good. He doesn't get the crit damage, but it's almost as good. So both of them hitting hard. We've got decreased defense and weaken. Increased attack, ally attack from Mikage, even increased crit damage, which the increased crit damage buff, usually not that good, but seeing as Ninja and Varl are scaling their attack so insanely high, increased crit damage actually has really big value. Like, that's sort of multiplicative value. It's very strong. We got Krisk in there for extending our buffs, Mischief tanking, provoking. In this version, we've got Androck for healing and turn meter boosting and buff extension. In particular, it's sort of this. Critical hits filling turn meters of all allies. That's insane. It adds up to a lot. I'm thinking Atharion in here for another good A1 and block buffs as well. The other version of this team was this one, where we're going to... You can see the differences. So with this, we don't have an AoE decreased defense. We're relying on Krisk passive and Ninja A1, which is intriguing. In this team, we do have Ugo. In this team as well, we've got a second ally attack. I'm actually not sure which is better. You know what, let's run them both on Nightmare, and let's see. A bit of a problem for both teams is no revive. Let's go with this one first. Let me set up the presets here. I'll be right back. Okay, so presets for this team. Let's throw it in. We're, by the way, using Mikage's accuracy aura. 80 accuracy is going to make everything much easier. That's going to make it so much easier to hit the accuracy we need on Ninja, Varl, etc. Again, you could get Krisk into like 9-piece protection again if you wanted. You could put Krisk in, and you do need somebody in curse set, but it's going to make getting the accuracy even easier. I think we're kind of overkill. But Mikage, she's set up probably like this. This is where maybe that Reflex and Merciless would be better, because sort of going 1-2, you're basically making Silken Snare at 4-turn cooldown. So there's definitely experimentation to be done there. This is just initial testing. Krisk is 1 and 2, Ninja 1 and 2, Varl 1 and 2, Androck 1 and 2, don't let him metamorph. Buff Androck's second form. Please raid. Please buff it. And Atharion is 1 and 2. And you can see their stats there. So yeah, Varl and Ninja, they both need the Mikage accuracy aura. He is enough. Androck doesn't do anything. He self-buffs increase accuracy. I guess Mikage makes that consistent as well for Nightmare. And yeah, Mikage actually does have enough accuracy, including her aura for Nightmare Hydra, which is funny. Very easy to hit that. But let's jump in. Let's go on auto. Let's see what happens. What I'm worried about with this team is actually that the Fearhead, that's the biggest problem, I think, is going to be the Fearhead. Because, like, yeah, Krisk is going to get Fear constantly. So that's sort of my... Atharion just missed his thing because of Fear. That's a problem. Yeah, Krisk just missed his Provoke. So maybe that's not going to work. In fact, what we could do is we could actually start out with the Mikage A1. Let's do that, and let's go. The Fearhead's really going to mess us up. And Ninja's not going to kill it very quickly either. Let's have her A1, this head right here. Bring in Ninja, decrease defense. Beautiful. Ninja's going to burn. Okay, now we can actually provoke and whatnot. That's good. He can actually land block buffs. He's missed it on this head. I guess we'll find out if that matters or not. I've got no idea if it will. Poor old Krisky boy is going to fear himself, which is not ideal. We would like to get his ally protection on. So we'll find out if this messes us up or not. I don't know. Androck actually mischief tanking. Good job. Never mind. Mikage is so fast that she actually cut in on Krisk. Hey, that works. That works. With this team, I think what we want to do is... Ooh, this reflect damage could kill us. But Mikage can strip it off. Let's find out if it's a problem. I think we basically always just want to target Spirit Affinity heads. Because we've got 2 Magic Affinity damage dealers. And we've got a Spirit Affinity damage dealer. So we really want to target these Spirit heads. We can see Ninja, his A1, just decreased defense. He's not ramped up yet. It's already doing good damage. Now we've got Weaken as well. And here we go in. Ooh, big damage. Huge damage from the Mikage. Ninja, nice damage from his A2. We're extending all the buffs. We do have block buffs up this time, which is good against this head. Mikage is actually... One thing I noticed with her that's super cool. Her A2, Silken Snare. It's an AoE attack that then reduces the duration of your debuffs. What is really nice about that is she actually does not get feared when she does Silken Snare. You can see it when the head of... Oh, here we go. Calamity Torrent, 2.2 million damage. Ninja A1, hitting for lots of damage. Our damage is pretty high. This is Nightmare Hydra, guys. A1 from Ninja, 1.3 million. He's ramping. We've got some weakens out. Beautiful. There was, I think, an A1 from Ninja for 2 million. That is insane. Ally attack. Dear Lord, that's a lot of damage. We've one-keyed Nightmare rather quickly. Let's target the... Okay, never mind. Let's target this head, I guess. Is this the squishiest head? I don't know. Well, we're going for it. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, Mikage, she will actually protect you from fear, which is really good. Because her Silken Snare will remove fear from everybody. It will also help remove reflect damage, which will make the run a bit safer, and all of that sort of fun stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Wow. Big hit from Ninja. I'm very curious which of these teams... Like, this team is starting off pretty strong, I'm gonna be honest. That's a pretty good start right there. Can't complain about that. 1.7 from million. That's 1.7 million damage from Ninja is just crazy. Again, whenever this head does its reflect damage... Although we might have... Yeah, we've got block buffs on him. We're fine. We're good. Krisk is our sole decreased speed champ. He is being, again, Mikage's ally attack is making Krisk much more consistent as a decreased speed champion. That's also where Reflex Merciless might be ideal. She's also helping him to land... Let's attack this head right now. Lovely. Look at that. We've got Provoke straight on. Fantastic. Actually, we should attack the Spirit Affinity head, I think. Just on auto, I don't know. The tricky one. Let's go with that. It's the Head of Suffering. On Nightmare, maybe this is a bad idea. I don't know. Well, this head's dead. Let's attack the dead head. That probably makes the most sense. Yeah, the damage is nuts. I tell you what, guys. Let's run this to boss turn 50, and we'll see how we go. I'm just sort of curious to get a rough ballpark, and I'll be back with like a full run of this team like at a later date. So yeah, I'll come back. We'll see. Let's get to turn 50, and then we'll see. I want to compare the two teams. I want to compare them. All right, guys, coming in for the last few turns so we can see the damage here. 200 million we're doing over 4 million damage per turn. We actually got quite unlucky as well, where we had the Head of Blight spawn in and get Poison Cloud on 4 heads. And yeah, and we just missed out on tons of damage just because our block buffs was slightly out of sync, unfortunately. But yeah, let's see how much we do. Okay, we only have 1 turn left to get there, but still, we're doing about 4 million damage per boss turn. So yeah, if we get to 250 boss turns, which I think is pretty easy, we're doing 1 billion damage on Nightmare Hydra. So that's a good rule of thumb. I think, in fact, we're going to go a good bit beyond that, especially when you consider both Varl and Ninja are ramping up. So their damage in the first 50 turns is not going to be as high as like their damage in the second 50, and their passives are fully stacked up. But yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, there's 50 boss turns. Oh, let's give it one more for good luck. Okay, there we go. End the battle. That's kind of bonkers. 8 minutes, 227 million damage. So we can see, God, Ninja is just, he's popping off. It's insane. Varl at 45 million, Atharion at 43. They're both doing well. But my goodness, is Ninja disgusting. That's the Mikage Ninja. Budget to Shiro. Budget to Shiro is doing work. Well, there we go. That's pretty good. So that looks good. We did get smacked around by Head of Wrath as well. We came close-ish to... People did come close to dying. I will be honest. They did come close to dying, but they survived. So that's an interesting one. I'm curious to see the same sort of thing. So we've got... Okay, let's set up our presets here. Again, we'll go in like this. And I'm not even sure, by the way, just to reiterate, I'm not sure that these presets are perfect by any means, shape, or form. These are just what we're testing out. So we are on Nightmare still, yeah. Yeah. Hydra Clash not started. So this is a similar sort of team. We're going to lose the Androx. We're losing that healing, that turn meter boosting, the buff extension. And we're going to ditch out the Atharion damage as well. What are we getting in return? We're getting another ally attack with Podrick, another cleanse and turn meter boost at Podrick, a more consistent decreased defense. This is interesting. I do think this is probably going to be a better way to... Yeah, okay. I mean, I think the first team we tried is probably going to be stronger, actually. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. So with this one, again, I think we want to do the same thing because of the fear. I think we want to start with Mikage A1 just to be safe. So we definitely get the provoke and get all the stuff. Podrick is also going to ally attack. Is that going to be a problem? Actually, yes, I think it is. I think we want him to open with his increased speed. Okay, I think that's good. Let's find out. And we'll target this head right here. So she'll bring in A1. Didn't get decreased defense this time. That's sad. Turn meter boost. Ninja is going to get True Feared. He's going to get True Feared. Doesn't matter because Mikage is going to cleanse them. Oh, no, she's not. She's not going to cleanse. That might be an issue. Yeah, I actually think we want her to cleanse. A little bit awkward, actually, there in the setup, but we're getting through. The fears. And Mikage will cleanse. I think, again... Oh, no, Krisk... Oh, this time, Krisk wasn't... She wasn't faster than Krisk. I don't know why. Something to do with the turn meter boosting and the speed tune and whatnot. Hopefully we'll be okay. Yeah, interesting, actually, just straight away. This team just not quite clicking as cleanly as last time. Oh my god, Chris got resisted. Okay, that's the 3% chance resist. Let's run that back one more time. Oh, that's definitely a little bit awkward, the opener. Maybe we do set Mikage. Maybe we switch this. Maybe we set priority 1 Silken Snare. Priority 2 on this. We don't have as much buff extension on this team either. That's probably better. We just forbid her from metamorphing because her form 1 is too strong. Let's try that. So this, she should open with her A1. Okay, great. No decreased defense. Tragic. And this time, Ninja did not get feared, but he'll get feared. And he'll get feared. But she will cleanse the fears. Great. So going in with this ally attack, everybody is good to go. Unfortunately, it does mean that Krisk is going to be feared and might miss his ally protection. But it probably won't matter all that much. In fact, never mind. Ugo cleansed him this time. But he's going to get feared again because of the ally attack. We've got infinite cleanses. Oh, he did his move anyway. Okay, this is a better start. Calamity Torrents. He's ramping. We're ramping. Very curious where the Podrick cooldown reduction's gonna go. He did get provoked over there, which is a bit annoying. Risk, unfortunately, is feared, so we might miss his second provoke. Oh, he actually got turn meter stolen. Never mind, he's not going to be feared. He got cleansed by Podrick, but he doesn't have the move. I thought he would. Oh, he just cleansed everything. That's annoying. That's very annoying. How did Chris not have his provoke back? I wasn't paying attention enough to see. But yeah, so Podrick is going to be randomly decreasing people's cooldowns with his A1. So that's really going to, tweak things around a bit. I'm very curious how that's going to go. But yeah, there we go. Our first head is dead. This is definitely not the dominant start that we had last time. Yeah, we shall see. So we've got multiple sources of... Mikage can remove the fear, Podrick can remove the fear, Ugo can remove the fear, but it is still going to be quite random in terms of what happens with that fear. So we'll just have to see. We shall just have to see. Sadly, the Head of Torment is Force Affinity as well, which means that Ninja's not going to kill it all that effectively. But hey, we'll find out. We'll find out how it goes. I'm definitely a little bit worried when we're relying on Krisk for the ally protection. With Chris getting feared, missing ally protection, and then like Varl dying, because Varl's only 2-star. Ninja at least is 5-star. He's got an extra chunk of defense to sort of help him through. Yeah, this one is not seeing as crazy good, huh? Not quite as good. Let's just finish off this head. See how we go. Interesting. So yeah, this team not looking quite as strong. I'll run it out the full way. Maybe it will catch up, but it seems like our initial team was actually better. So I'll be right back. Yeah, okay. Coming into the last few turns, again, we can see it's a good damage team. It's definitely, I mean, this is still good damage, but my goodness, the other version of the team is so far ahead. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to see how small tweaks can actually make a huge difference. So yeah, I mean, Grand Oak Podrick, he is fantastic. He will be a welcome addition to a different team. But for this one, I allied attacked the wrong thing. It's going to cost us a little bit of damage. It doesn't really cost us that much. Only a little bit. I mean, let's actually let's kill this head. Why not? Let's just do it. But yeah, I mean, it's still a solid damage team. But I mean, we're looking at about, what, 2.5, maybe if we're lucky, 3 million per turn with this team. It's good, but not as good. Yeah, pretty fun little test. Ooh, this could actually kill Chris. That ally protection being stolen. But Mikage, she's going to reduce the cooldown. She's going to help him recover. Hopefully it won't be too bad and he won't get hit. But yeah, so like this version of the team was much weaker. But this is what the testing is all about. Again, we can see though, the same sort of damage pattern. We're basically, we've lost out on a third damage dealer. That's what we had in the other team. Instead of, yeah, like Ugo, great for the utility. But this is a cool thing with Ninja and Mikage in particular. And that Ninja Toshiro also bring. Toshiro is like Uber Ninja, right? Toshiro is like Uber Ninja. Toshiro, he brings decreased defense AoE, which is great on a 3-turn cooldown. But because Mikage is bringing in Ninja to A1 so often, he can actually be the decreased defense champ for the team. And in this particular team as well, we've got Krisk to back up. So yeah, I can tell you right now, my Nightmare team is looking like it's going to be this one. It looks like this team is the winner. Not an accessible team. We've got 2 mythicals in here. Avoid legendary. Ninja is, he's accessible, but if you're watching this in a few months from now, he's no longer available. Obviously, Atharion, hard to get. Varl is sort of the only accessible champion, and he takes at least a year of playing, I would say. Probably more. Probably 1.5, 2 years or so. But yeah, this team is bonkers, though. This is a lot of potential. I think this is probably my best Nightmare team. I'll run it out to its full potential maybe during the week, and we will see. I am thinking that this team here then becomes maybe my Brutal team. The nice thing about this team is I can just slap this one in on full auto, and I think it should be fine. Yeah, full auto for Brutal. We've got decreased defense weaken. We've got an ally attack. Turvo will do big damage. And the great thing about this is if somebody dies to reflect damage like an idiot, Turvold, if he smacks that head and he's going to be fine because we've got Revive with Lazarius. So again, the Mythicals coming in. The Mythicals are coming in. But yeah, this team is nuts. Yep, this team is crazy. Accuracy Aura from Mikage. Ninja, providing the decreased defense. It's kind of bonkers, actually. The ally attack, all the buff extension. What a team. What, gosh, that still blew me away. I didn't expect the damage difference to be that high. We will certainly wait for Hydra Clash and see how much damage we actually want to do. But there you go. Lady Mikage, you can see already coming in, completely destroying both clan bosses. Like, she is just S+ tier for Hydra and for Demon Lord clan boss. S+ tier for Fire Knight. I got a few people that were mad at me when I did my mythical tier list for rating Lady Mikage as highly as I did. But in my opinion, the reality is that for clan bosses, she's just the best of the best, right? She is pretty much top 5. Like, she makes it into pretty much, for most people, I think, the best team on your account possible for both Demon Lord and Hydra has Lady Mikage in it. Whenever this clan boss comes out, there's a very good chance Lady Mikage is going to be best in slot for this as well. She's just kind of insane. On top of that, I think that there's a decent chance that she's almost definitely best in slot for Fire Knight. Good chance she's best in slot for Phantom Shogun. Not sure about that one yet, but possibly Shogun. She's extremely good. We didn't even use her in Arena. I might use her a bit in Arena. What I think I might actually use her with is just like a bomb team, which is kind of cheeky, but right, just sort of throw her in. The problem is for me, she doesn't have enough accuracy, but she's very fast. So we could have her come in and just like switch to Form 2, bring increased accuracy and do a weaken. So she could work for a bomb team. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do with her for Arena. I think if you're using her for Arena, she could actually be really good with the new pinpoint set. Could be quite strong for her, giving her, I think, the key stats that she needs. She kind of needs speed more than accuracy, because as a mythical, she ignores 20% resistance when she's booked. So her accuracy requirements aren't as insane, and she does provide increased accuracy in Form 2. This could be very strong. All of the speed, and starting off with at least 2 intercept stacks is actually quite good. You could probably do 9-piece intercept could work, or honestly like 8-piece intercept, and then maybe 1 piece of feral could be kind of nuts as well for the extra 40 accuracy from, like, I could throw this on feral accessory, and feral 40 accuracy is pretty good. She could also be very good for Arena. She could actually be very good in Arena just generally in like 9-piece feral. Anyway, that's my initial look at Mikage. Mostly focused on PvE. I think she can be very good in Arena. Let's do one Arena battle for fun. This team is kind of nasty. Let's go in against this team. I don't know. What do we even use Mikage with? I was looking at this sort of team. This might actually be a disaster against this team. I mean, let's find out. Sure, YOLO. This seems a really bad idea. This was like my idea of a weird bomb team for speed farming tag arena stuff. Because she's going to go in with an ally attack. So we actually did outspeed the Arbiter. That's funny. But I think we might all die. Never mind. Polymorph saved us. Thank God for that. Romantu almost killing them all, which is quite funny as well. And then the bombs come in. It's certainly a fast team. It's super squishy, but she definitely has potential for Arena. You can use her either as like a speed champion, like basically an Arbiter that's doing an ally attack. She's got crazy base speed. You can use her to switch into Form 2. I mean, let's go in against this team, and we'll see it against this team as well. We'll go in on manual this time. But yeah, she's got tons of potential. You can build her super fast. You can use either form. So like right here, we could just kill their Arbiter. It's actually not a terrible idea. We could also go, okay, let's just switch to Form 2. And we could like try to strip off their stone skin. Didn't work, but we've given us increased accuracy. Now we don't have the increased attack, but should still hopefully be good. She's actually survived against him, which is fine and dandy. We can strip their passives. It's not going to work against Wukong because we hit him too hard. That's sad. But she does a lot of turn meter control in this form. We'll see if we can see it if she gets a turn. But yeah, like in this form, her passive's kind of cool. Decrease the turn meter of the enemy with the highest attack by 15%. Surprisingly good for turn meter control. And then, of course, she's got the targeted A1 sleep with turn meter pushback. She's an AoE stun with turn meter pushback to really just lock down the enemy and just delete them. Yeah, and you can flip between her forms as well. She's pretty darn cool, I have to say. There's a lot of different ways to use her, I think, in Arena. Like, do you open? If they're all in Stone Skin as well, you can just open with this. You can try decrease their buffs by 1 turn. That's pretty nice for Stone Skin. if you've got enough accuracy. So you can realistically open with any of her moves. Okay, try strip off Stone Skin by a turn. If they have one turn Stone Skin, I can try remove it with Silken Snare. I can open with increase attack crit damage, ally attack. I can flip into form number 2. I can open with buff strip, increase accuracy. Or I can open with AoE stun, turn meter pushback. I could even open with a targeted sleep if I want to. There's just like, you can basically do anything with her, which is amazing. Yeah. Final thoughts on Mikage. The way that Ash feels about Syl of the Drakes, that's the way I feel about Lady Mikage. But I think she's even better. Like, I don't know. When the game came out, when Syl of the Drakes first arrived in Raid Shadow Legends, I wasn't playing at the time, so I can't give a full comparison, but I imagine it's something similar. Syl of the Drakes has really fallen off, right? All the power creep. Like, she's still good when you get her 6 months in, but it's nowhere near, because you get, like, login legendaries, promo code legendaries. The game is just easier. There's power creep. There's better champions. So even for a brand new player now, when you get Syl of the Drake 6 months in, she's still good, but it's not the same experience as when she was first added into the game, how game-changing she was for an account, right? When you didn't have all these legendaries in the game, when the game was way harder, when you got much less for free, everything took longer. Syl of the Drakes was game-changing. I feel like Lady Mikage is like the modern Syl of the Drakes, really. That's how I feel, because she completely changes everyone's accounts when you get her. She is the fusion, so you can get her eventually. My gosh, she is just bonkers. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.